Welcome back. President Trump says he still thinks he can end Vladimir Putin's war on Ukraine, but now he's also saying his much hoped for one-on-one meeting between Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky might not happen. Take a listen.
I believe that we're going to get that war straightened out. We're going to get it done. I don't know that they'll meet. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. They'd like me to be at the meeting. I said, you guys ought to work it out. It's between you. It's not us.
All right, so last week, let's go ahead first and bring in, I'm jumping into this segment because I'm excited to get it started. But here's Michael Allen. He's former National Security Council Senior Director under President George W. Bush. Great to have you on set with me.
Thank you.
Last week, President Trump was like, it's very clear. We are going to have a one-on-one meeting, then I'm going to join them for a meeting, and then out of that, we're going to have this peace deal. Now it seems like the course he's charting is not as certain. Does that concern you?
It concerns me a little bit. First, I'm glad the president is investing his personal time and prestige into this. I'm glad he got the Europeans into the act. He's got the Europeans paying the bill, and he's not fallen for any of Putin's insistence that Ukraine give away territory. But I think what's happening now is that the Ukrainians are losing more than a symbolic amount of territory each month. I think Putin believes that he's making concrete, more than incremental gains. And so I think he has an extra incentive to keep the war going. So he doesn't want to meet with Zelensky. He doesn't want to do anything that would seem to say, you know what, I'm ready to end this war.
The president, though, is not to be deterred. He's looking at adding more foreign policy hotspots to the portfolio, the agenda right now. Take a listen to what he said about North Korea just a couple hours ago.
I look forward to meeting with Kim Jong Un in the appropriate future. I get along with him really well. I think he has a country of great potential, tremendous potential.
I mean, it came a little bit out of nowhere in the sense that people weren't forecasting a Trump Kim Jong Un, 2.0. Do you like that idea?
Well, I want to know what we're getting out of it. I think President Trump was frustrated last time that Kim Jong Un and the North Koreans were not at all interested in giving up any of their nuclear territory or any of their program. Now, we saw a Wall Street Journal report as recently as last week that they're developing ballistic missiles that can reach as far as the United States, of course, with nuclear warheads. So we've got to do something. I think most people in Washington have just sort of run out of ideas on North Korea. So I don't blame the president for trying to get into a personal diplomacy situation with him. But let's develop some real world objectives, work with the South Koreans and the Japanese, and try to figure out what would be a good way to arrest this problem.
I mean, the president's case that he always makes, is it can't hurt for me to have the guy in my Rolodex, for us to have a channel to communicate via, considering they are a nuclear power. So why does he have to give up anything just to have a meeting with him?
Yeah, I think that's wise. I think the president, though, understands leverage. He's a businessman at the end of the day. I think, and this goes maybe for Putin as well, over time, I think the president's got to put more pressure on both of these authoritarian dictators, if you will, to incentivize them to come to the table and deal with him. I don't know that they want to deal if it's just one-on-one. I think they like the idea of a meeting with the United States. I think the president understands the leverage and will soon begin to put it on both of them.
I don't normally do this. I want to go back to the Ukraine topic just real quick before I let you go with a sort of yes or no question. If the president does get this meeting, a trilateral between him, Zelensky, and Putin to work towards this peace deal, who does it help more having President Trump in the room? Does it help Russia or does it help Ukraine more?
I think it helps Ukraine a little bit. I think the president now, because he's working so closely with the Europeans, understands that we just can't outright transfer territory over to the Russians. It's one thing to acknowledge that some of this territory has already gone over to the Russians. I don't expect the Ukrainians ever to formally say we lost it, but it might be a good idea if the president's there, because I think the Europeans convinced him that if you give up this territory, it would be as if we were giving up Florida or New Mexico or some part of the United States. And I think he understands that maybe that's not the recipe for peace.
Right. That's not a good real estate deal.
Yeah.
Mike Allen, thanks so much for coming in. Great to see you.
Thank you. You too.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.